Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and as always, I'm here with my co-host, Julia.
Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here. Today we have something really exciting for you. 20 daily life English phrases that will help you speak fluently.
Exactly, Julia. If you've ever felt nervous speaking English or struggled to find the right words in everyday conversations, this episode is perfect for you.
Yes, these are phrases you can use in real-life situations, at work, at school, or just talking with friends. And the best part? They're easy to remember and will make your English sound natural.
By the end of this episode, you'll know 20 useful phrases and how to use them confidently. Plus, we'll share tips on practicing them every day so you can start speaking like a native.
So get ready, take notes if you like, and don't worry if you can't remember all phrases at once. The key is to practice a little every day.
All right, Julia, let's get started. Our first set of phrases is about greetings and small talk, the perfect way to start any conversation in English. Before we start learning our first phrases, Julia, I think it's important to explain why daily phrases are so useful for speaking English fluently.
Absolutely, Jason. You see, knowing individual words is helpful, but if you only know words, your sentences can sound awkward or unnatural.
Exactly. Daily phrases are like building blocks of conversation. When you know them, you can speak more smoothly without pausing too much to think.
And the best part is, these phrases are used by native speakers all the time. So when you learn them, you're actually learning real English that people use in everyday life.
Plus, using phrases helps you sound confident. Even if your vocabulary isn't huge yet, knowing the right phrases can make your English sound fluent and natural.
Right. And another benefit is that phrases give you a structure. For example, instead of thinking about every single word, you can focus on fitting your own words into the phrase.
So, learning daily phrases is a smart way to practice English and start speaking like a native without memorizing long grammar rules.
Exactly, Jason. And today, we'll show you 20 simple phrases that you can start using right away in your daily conversations.
All right, Julia, let's dive into our first set, greetings and small talk. These are phrases you'll use almost every day. All right, Julia, let's start with some phrases for greetings and small talk. These are perfect for starting a conversation and making it feel natural.
Yes, the first phrase is, "How's it going?" You can use this instead of the more formal, "How are you?"
For example, if you see a friend, you can say, "Hey, how's it going?"
Exactly, and the other person might reply, "Good, thanks. How about you?" It's casual and friendly.
Phrase number 2 is, long time no see. This is great when you meet someone you haven't seen for a while.
Right. For instance, "Hi, Sarah. Long time no see." It's a natural way to reconnect without being too formal.
Next, phrase 3. What's up? This is very casual and common among friends.
You can say it like, "Hey, John, what's up?" And the answer could be, "Not much, just working." It's a simple way to start chatting.
Phrase 4 is nice to meet you. Always useful when meeting someone for the first time.
Exactly. You can say, "Hi, I'm Julia. Nice to meet you." And the other person will usually reply, "Nice to meet you too." It's polite and friendly.
And our fifth phrase is, how have you been? This is perfect for asking about someone's well-being over a longer period, like if you haven't seen them in a while.
For example, "Hi, Mike. How have you been?" And Mike might say, "I've been great. Thanks." And you? It shows you care and keeps the conversation flowing.
So those are our 5 greetings and small talk phrases. How's it going? Long time no see. What's up? Nice to meet you. And how have you been?
Remember, the key is to practice these phrases regularly. Use them with friends, family, or even when talking to yourself. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel.
Exactly. And these phrases are the perfect way to start any conversation in English. All right, Julia, now that we've covered greetings, let's move on to phrases for asking and giving information. These are super useful when you need to know something or explain something to someone.
Yes, the first phrase is, "Could you tell me?" It's polite and perfect for asking questions.
For example, you can say, "Could you tell me where the nearest coffee shop is?"
And the person might reply, "Sure. It's just 2 blocks down the street." It's polite and sounds natural.
Phrase number 2 is, "Do you know?" This is a casual way to ask someone for information.
For instance, "Do you know what time the bus arrives?" The reply could be, "Yes, it comes every 15 minutes."
Phrase 3 is, "I'm looking for." This is useful when you're trying to find something.
Like this, "Hi, I'm looking for the library. Can you help me?" And someone might answer, "Yes, it's next to the park."
Phrase 4 is, "Can you explain?" This is great when you don't understand something and need clarification.
For example, "Can you explain how to use this app?" And the reply could be, "Sure. First, you open the app and then tap this button."
And our 5th phrase is, "Where can I find?" Perfect for asking about locations or items.
For example, "Where can I find a good restaurant around here?" The reply could be, "There's a great one just across the street."
So, those are our 5 phrases for asking and giving information. Could you tell me? Do you know? I'm looking for? Can you explain? And where can I find?
Remember, Jason, using these phrases will make your English conversations smoother and more confident because you'll always know how to ask and get the information you need. Exactly, Jason. The first phrase is "I feel." You can use this to share your emotions clearly.
For example, I feel happy about the news. Or I feel a bit tired today. It's simple and polite.
Phrase number 2 is, "I think that this is perfect for giving your opinion in conversations."
Like, I think that this movie is really interesting. Or, I think that we should try a different approach.
Phrase 3 is, "In my opinion, this is a bit more formal but still very common in daily conversations."
For instance, in my opinion, learning English is fun when you practice every day. It's a nice way to start a discussion politely.
Phrase 4 is, "I'm not sure," but this is useful when you want to give an opinion but aren't 100% confident.
For example, I'm not sure, but I think this restaurant is very popular. It makes your conversation sound natural and honest.
And our 5th phrase is, "I would say that," another way to share your opinion politely and confidently.
Like, I would say that this book is one of the best I've read. It's very natural and often used by native speakers.
So, the 5 phrases for expressing feelings and opinions are, "I feel," "I think that," "In my opinion, I'm not sure," but, and "I would say that."
Practice these phrases in your daily conversations. They help you sound confident and make your English more natural and expressive.
Exactly. Don't be afraid to share your thoughts. Using these phrases regularly will make speaking English much easier.
All right, Julia. Now let's move on to phrases for daily activities and routines. These are very useful for talking about your day-to-day life.
Exactly. The first phrase is, "I usually." You can use this to describe something you do regularly.
For example, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. Or, I usually go for a walk in the evening. It's simple and very common.
Phrase number 2 is, "I'm planning to." This is perfect for talking about your future plans or what you want to do.
Like, I'm planning to visit my friend this weekend. Or, I'm planning to start a new hobby.
Phrase 3 is, "I need to." This is useful for expressing things that are necessary or important.
For example, I need to finish my homework today. Or, I need to buy some groceries.
Phrase 4 is I like to. This is great for talking about your hobbies or things you enjoy doing.
Like, I like to read books in my free time. Or, I like to cook on weekends.
And our 5th phrase is I'm used to. This is useful for talking about habits or things you are familiar with.
For example, I'm used to waking up early for work. Or, I'm used to drinking tea every morning.
So, the 5 phrases for daily activities and routines are I usually, I'm planning to, I need to, I like to, and I'm used to.
By practicing these phrases, you'll be able to talk about your daily life naturally and confidently in English.
Exactly. These phrases make it easy to share your routine with friends or in any conversation.
All right, Julia, we've covered 20 useful phrases today. Now let's talk about how to practice them every day so you can really remember and use them confidently.
Yes, Jason. The first tip is to repeat the phrases out loud. Don't just read them silently. Saying them aloud helps your brain remember them faster.
Exactly. You can even practice in front of a mirror to make it more interactive and to check your pronunciation.
Another tip is to use the phrases in real conversations. Try them with friends, family, or classmates. The more you use them, the more natural they'll feel.
And if you don't have anyone to practice with, you can record yourself speaking. Listen to the recording and see where you can improve.
Also, try writing short sentences or a daily journal using these phrases. For example, I usually wake up at 7 a.m. and I like to drink coffee.
Finally, review the phrases regularly. Even just a few minutes every day will help them stick in your memory.
Exactly. Remember, Jason, consistency is key. Small daily practice is better than long practice once in a while.
So, repeat them, speak them, write them, and use them every day. That's how these phrases will become part of your natural English. All right, Julia, before we finish, let's talk about some common mistakes learners make when using daily English phrases.
Yes, Jason. The first mistake is overusing a phrase. Using the same phrase too many times in a conversation can sound repetitive or unnatural.
Exactly. For example, saying, I think that in every sentence can feel a little awkward. It's better to mix phrases naturally.
Another mistake is mispronouncing words in the phrase. Even small pronunciation errors can confuse the listener or make your English harder to understand.
Right. That's why practicing aloud and listening to native speakers is so important.
And one more mistake is not using the phrase in context. It's not enough to just memorize the phrase. You need to use it in real conversations to remember it well.
Exactly. So remember, mix your phrases, pronounce them carefully, and use them in context. That's how you'll avoid these common mistakes. All right, Julia, we've learned 20 really useful phrases today. Now, I want to give our listeners a little motivation.
Yes, learning English can feel challenging sometimes, but remember, every small step counts. Using even a few phrases every day will make a big difference over time.
Exactly. Don't worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a natural part of learning. The important thing is to keep speaking and practicing.
And remember, fluency doesn't happen overnight. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories, like using a new phrase correctly in a conversation.
So, keep practicing these phrases, try them in real conversations, and slowly, your English will start to sound more natural and confident.
Yes, you've got this. Every time you use these phrases, you're improving. Just keep going.
All right, Julia. That's all for today's episode. We hope you enjoyed learning 20 daily life English phrases and feel ready to use them in your conversations.
Yes, remember, practice a little every day, and soon these phrases will become a natural part of your English.
Thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this podcast with your friends who are learning English.
And stay tuned for our next episode where we'll share even more tips to help you speak English fluently and confidently.
See you next time, everyone.